Yeah, JJK fans, you've done it
Gosh,
again. What have you done?
you
Failed.
saying so much with absolutely nothing at
You
all.
said.
Yeah.
The whole video is just one fat jerk off chef, and the title is "I read the Bible."
What's this guy's name?
Mugen. This is
Mugen.
it's Mugen.
Mugen? I'm not gonna lie. This video was dog doo.
Yo, welcome in. Queued up for today. This.
When it comes to anime, heck, media in general, everyone's got that one favorite trope that truly gets them invested in what they're watching. When this one certain thing happens, you are locked in for whatever the writer's got cooking, and this one right here just might be my favorite thing in fiction. Villains boxing villains. Two giant antagonists pushing everything happening in the story to a side and throwing straight hands. This trope right here produces some of the
Interesting.
greatest fights anime will ever see, and is an event that takes aback everyone watching.
I don't think it's the greatest trope, like this video title says. However, whenever villains and villains fight, like, I think... No, you've watched Clone Wars. I think that the fight between Maul, Savage, and Palpatine is the best fight in all of Star Wars. Like, hands down. I think it is...
Yeah.
Like, if we're just talking, like, choreography and symbolism, like, those two things combined... Like, Star Wars either does one choreography or one symbolism, but that one is, like, both, and freaking that one is the best fight to me. So I think villains and villains fighting is always exciting.
I think it's because the idea is that not all of them have the same kind of plot armor a main character has.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, each of them can potentially die and
This-
just be the new villain.
This is
right?
true.
And I think that's really cool because everybody knows that if the villain fights the protagonist is likely to win or lose and come back and win.
Yeah.
These villains could die for good
Yeah, that-
from each other.
it's
Which
also-
is really interesting.
Also, the best way to set up another villain is to have the previous villain get their ass destroyed by the new villain.
I think it's interesting, I guess, but also at the same time, like, I can't really think of a lot of opportunities or instances where this actually happens.
Interesting.
And a lot of instances where I'm like actually invested in it. Jogo versus Sukuna, like, I don't care about that fight, and I don't think it's that really interesting of a fight, because I feel like literally the only reason why the fight happens is to just show how strong Sukuna is. Also, Jogo got freaking annihilated by Gojo like incredibly easily,
That's true.
and so like
Yeah.
like for in one of like the first couple episodes, and so it doesn't really mean anything to me when Sukuna like takes him out relatively easily in comparison. Like, it just
Yeah. It's
like,
a pretty weak
I just-
example.
I just don't think it's a very like interesting fight actually.
No, I think that's a
Like,
pretty weak
yeah,
example.
it's animated great, but whoop-de-doo.
Like,
I think it seemed cool. I've seen moments of it, but like I think I agree with you there that like Jogo being already getting his ass whooped by Gojo doesn't make him seem like a cool competitor against Sukuna at all,
No.
right?
Yeah, he
So,
doesn't
like,
feel like an actual threat.
Yeah. So like it's basically just like watching somebody like Broly display his power against a Cyberman for no reason.
Yeah.
You know? Like, we already know this dude's strong, but we want to see it in action against somebody who's also strong.
Yeah. Example that Caleb might get, actually. Not get. Freaking Seijo versus what's it called? Not the Ushiwaka school. Shiratorizawa. That one.
Shiratorizawa. Yeah, but we never see them fight.
Yeah, but it's still like we see like bits of their match, and it's still like it's like, oh,
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
I don't remember that,
It's
to be honest. I think like we see the effects of it, which I think is interesting. Which I think is absolutely definitely interesting. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think this is that interesting of a trope, to be honest.
It wasn't. Well, let's continue. Let's see what he has to say.
Taking all his aggression out on these two sorry individuals. Maharaga is obviously just a Shikigami that has no inherent feelings or nothing, but Jogo, on the other hand, Jogo was truly in danger with who he was up against, and this villain vs villain scrap was a movie. At this point in JJK, we've just come off some serious beef with Yuji vs Choso and Toji vs Dagon, but nothing truly like this.
Final
Even
Flash.
though I'm framing this as as a villain versus villain fight. In reality, it was more so just a raging serial killer in Sukuna bullying this volcano head guy. Jogo was obviously the one who summoned Sukuna, but even he didn't expect it to go down like this, with Sukuna violating him for 10 minutes straight. Jogo is out here getting picked up like a bag of trash your mom just told you to throw out, with this demon next to him smiling, calling him all sorts of stuff. Bro's legs ain't even on the ground, he's just hanging about, wondering how his ass got in this situation, and man, I would hate to fight a motherfucker like Sukuna. You could be hitting bro with the most broken ability in your arsenal, only for him to pick you up like this and hit you with the "go on, keep trying." At that point, you are truly cooked, and overall this scrap was mind-blowing. Action that rivals some of the best JJK has to offer, along with a straight bully sesh from the story's most notorious villain. It don't get much better than this.
Okay,
Unless you are
but
getting...
how does that have anything to do with the fact that they were both villains?
That's what I was looking for too. I'm not
Like,
gonna
it
lie.
doesn't.
I was looking for that
you're
reason.
just talking about the fight as a whole. Like, if you had a character who was a good guy that acted like Sukuna, and those characters exist, then the fight would be no different.
Yeah. No.
So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think this is
a bad example. Like, this is just like, it's not like I could if I sat here for a few minutes, I could probably think of a way better example of fights of villains fighting villains in anime. Like,
arguably Cell versus the androids.
yes, ooh, Cell versus the androids is really good. It's not even, they're both villains at the time, but like,
Yeah,
it's interesting because like these villains, they both want to kill Goku. Well, Cell doesn't want to kill Goku. He kind of wants to achieve perfection. They just want to kill Goku. You don't want the androids to kill Goku, but you also don't want Cell to kill the androids, because if Cell kills the androids, then that's a bigger problem.
yeah.
And so that's actually a much better example of like why villain versus villain fights can be interesting.
Now, clearly, this like title of this video may just be like clickbait.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really hard to name a trope that would be the greatest objectively in anime. I think he's trying to basically glaze the idea of two villains fighting each other because no protagonist is actually present.
Yeah.
However, I do see what it means. I don't see Jogo as a relevant character in terms of power, and for that reason, it's hard to tell. Like, I mean, it's pretty clear that Jogo's gonna get his ass whooped from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, because they've been glazing
Yeah.
Sukuna for the entire show up until that point.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I think what was interesting about that though is the fact that he created it himself. He summoned it, and I guess technically it is Itadori, but at the same time, it's still a villain and a kind of a villain.
This is only in
It's
the
just like it's
Go on,
kind
go
of
on.
like if the penguin. It's like kind of like if the penguin summoned the Joker, right? And the Joker like clowned on the penguin and fucked him up, right? And they continue to go towards Batman. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a cool concept, I guess. But like, I mean, it's not like they're meant to like treat each other nicely all the time.
Let's continue on. We're like barely 3 minutes in. Maybe he has a point. Maybe he has a point.
Does that map up? Because the Maharaga fight was even more wild. Maharaga and Sukuna get to fighting, and this one event was the tipping point for the entire story. Everything truly went left after this, because what took place here was pure tragedy. If I had to point to the most chaotic fight in anime, Sukuna vs Maharaga is my pick, because in terms
What?
of action, animation, destruction, nothing comes close to this fight right here, and from start to finish,
Sure.
Gege cooked so damn hard.
I mean,
the original
not
fight was
really.
already crazy, but in the Blu-ray edition with all
The
the
Blu-ray?
I know they made a Blu-ray shit
The extra
anymore.
scenes?
Something to prove and went dummy. Whoever animated Sukuna hitting them pump fakes on Maharaga and the Michael Jack pose gets a standing O from me. You're too cold for that. Sukuna at this point took the main character's whole show, and I was so here for it. And just like Sukuna, Vegeta did the exact same thing in Dragon Ball, going on
Okay,
a
hold on.
generational run.
So that was his Maharaga point. The fact that the fight was crazy.
Yeah, that was cool. Like,
That was his point.
that was his whole point. Okay.
Good job. Amazing
Congra-
point. You really communicated, the idea that the
JJK
greatest
fans.
trope in anime is, because I could have a random character in freaking I could have let's see here. I could have Naruto go or freaking I could have Pain fight against freaking Madara for some reason and make the fight look really crazy, freaking great animation, huge amount of destruction or whatever.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, "Oh wow. That was great. That was amazing. That
Yeah.
had so much depth and because of the trope." Like, what?
Yeah, JJK fans, you've done it
Gosh.
again. What have you done?
You
Failed.
saying so much with absolutely nothing at
You
all.
I feel like the fight was fantastic. It was amazing. Like,
But it meant nothing.
I feel like I know he carried on that excitement and then put it into this big statement saying that this is the greatest trope in anime. And I'm assuming when he says in anime, he means all of anime.
Yeah.
The thing is that he's only saying that because of
Clickbait? Yeah.
Like he's just saying that to get engagement.
No, but still,
that's-
I get that, but I still like a reason. Like I still like him to explain like why it's even a good trope. Like I can say that about anything. You can say that about anything. I don't have a problem.
He's just giving examples and say that the fights are dope.
Yeah.
So it's like you're kind of missing the entire point, guy.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
Usually they get to their point at around this time. I think he's just glazing him up to this point.
Yeah, let's hope he actually has a point. Yeah.
Went down here, but for some odd reason, the notorious serial loser himself Vegeta went on a run of straight W's within the Namek saga. It was like Toriyama felt bad about Vegeta getting beat by the Z Warriors.
He wasn't a
decided to
serial
bless
loser
him
at that
real quick.
point.
Vegeta, after
No, he
desperately
wasn't.
escaping to planet Namek, goes on a journey to find the Dragon Balls, and here he cooks not one, not two, but three of Frieza's henchmen. You ain't gotta check your headphones, you heard that shit right. Vegeta is like Toshiro from Bleach in the sense that they both keep losing most of the fights they get into, but to kickstart Namek, Vegeta went on a roll, destroying villains left, right, and center.
He
starts
also
off with
killed,
his
like,
big name,
Jace.
Kiwi, and just by powering
Yeah.
up, Bro already won the fight.
And Ginyu.
Everyone's scouts were breaking, trying to analyze his strength, and Vegeta even had this man surrendering, trying to join his side and ditch Frieza. The amount of fear you gotta put into someone's heart for them to ditch Frieza for their own survival is wild. Vegeta really
I just don't
destroyed
think he had
Bro
a lot
without
of
laying a
character.
finger on him, but once he got bored of flexing his power, the fight was over in a second. Vegeta eviscerated him whilst he tried to escape, and this first W was a complete stomp. Vegeta violated Bro, and the next
Okay,
fight
that makes no difference.
Well, okay.
Look, hold on. If you replace Vegeta with Goku, then the fights are the exact same, the meaning's the exact same.
Yeah.
It makes no difference.
Well, no, it's not. The meaning isn't the exact same. He just failed to explain it because the meaning is that Vegeta's been under Frieza's army this whole time, and now he's coming back, and they're like, "Oh, Vegeta, you're a weakling, and now you're challenging Lord Frieza. How are you going to even do this? This guy has been keeping you under oppress this whole time, and now he's killing up hit the ladder of his army, trying to get. So we don't even see Vegeta as a friend at this point. He's still fully antagonist, and he's so he's like, oh, Vegeta's like climbing up the ranks, trying to kill the guy who's even stronger than him. They're saying this guy's even stronger than Vegeta. Like, that's crazy, but this guy's not talking about that. He's like, there's a reason why Vegeta killing Kui and Zarbon and Dodoria is cool, but that's not the reason why. Like,
yeah.
like, even when, like, Vegeta goes up against the Ginyu, like, Vegeta, like, kills Kui and Dodoria rather easily, and then he gets washed by Zarbon, and then he comes back and he kills Zarbon, and then he goes against the Ginyu force, and then he's constantly talking about this, like, we get stronger every time we get defeated, it's this whole thing, and you see Vegeta potentially, like, constantly getting stronger to take down Frieza, and then, like, that's why this is cool. But, like...
Yeah.
The whole video is just one fat jerk off chef, and the title is "I read the Bible." So like, and then people are watching it. Like, how many views did this video get?
How many views does this video get? She's got 100.
It had a decent amount because here's the thing: people are drawn to the positive attention that people have.
It's also it's that maybe he put Sukuna on the thumbnail. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Wait, scroll down. I want to see what.
What are the
Hold
what
on.
are the
This is
comments?
167,000 views.
Yeah.
But only 287 comments.
What, you think they're bots? You think he paid for views?
No, I think that's a crazy freaking
Ratio.
ratio.
Got it.
That's how you can tell that a lot of people watched this video and stopped watching it probably 20 seconds in.
My favorite trope is when there's the whole power system that's been built up so hard, and then there's just some dude who whoops everybody's ass with bare fucking hands and raw skill, and none of that magic bullshit. Cool. Sukuna manifesting without Yuji being able to switch back, then immediately rampaging the same energy as your dog, realizing the leash and collar aren't on, immediately engaging in zoomies. Come to think of its murder spree like zoomies. All right, whatever. Hold on. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna see if this guy has anything important to say. Hold on.
Mess with Vegeta. Literally bar for bar, and Vegeta's hot streak at this point was at an all-time high. I don't remember him taking this much W's in a row throughout the entirety of Dragon Ball. He was legit smoking these lot for fun, but at the same time, the people he was up against was low-key scrubs. He wasn't tested enough by these lot, but then shit got real interesting once Zarbon pulled up. Another one of Frieza's henchmen who was legitimately strong and not just talking just to talk. Vegeta got his ass handed to this guy once he transformed, and it got real ugly for him. The last two enemies he fought didn't even lay a scratch on him, but this guy had Vegeta looking like this. This fight was brutal, but the get back Vegeta does was insane. Vegeta once recovered, hit Zarbon up for the round 2, and this fight compared to their last was like night and day. Vegeta beat his ass easily and had bro shook just like the other two. The L he took before
Crazy
like
frame, by the way.
rampage here, because the comeback was insane. He made Zarbon, who's clearly quite powerful, look like a complete scrub, and even had him surrendering, trying to join his side against Frieza just like the other.
Okay, hold on. I don't care. Riku.
Was a complete mismatch, and Goku had to step in and show Vegeta how it's done. But nevertheless, each of the battles Vegeta got into was so damn entertaining and cool to see. There were some real goons on Planet Namek, but Vegeta was just different and was smoking them. This rampage was sick, and this.
Okay, so he's gonna get. Okay, we're not finishing this. This is stupid. This is dumb. I'm not finishing this video.
Okay, hold on. What's this guy's name?
Mugen. This is Mugen.
Mugen. I'm not gonna lie. This video was dog duty. Like, literally all you did was just glaze some fights.
Yeah.
And some characters. Like, you didn't actually explain the trope or why it's good at all. You just said, you see this fight? It's a villain against a villain.
Yeah.
It's a good fight.
No.
It's a cool fight. It's got some great animation.
I think that for a YouTube video, he clearly did great because a lot of people watched it, and
He doesn't have that many
didn't mind it
subscribers.
He did great with a thumbnail and the title.
I agree. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I don't know how the viewer retention like goes in because like I'm not sure if I click something if it counts as a view.
No, it
or if
does.
I have to watch
It
a
does.
certain amount.
No, you click something and it counts as a view. But like,
Oh.
yeah, it counts as a view. But if they
Considering
don't,
this very well could just be an ass video. Then
You
to,
can-
like
Considering the fact that this got 167,000 views or however and only has 200 comments and
Actually,
7,000 likes, like
I think more
I'm gonna guess a
importantly-
lot of people started watching this, thought, dang, this video kind of sucks. This dude's just freaking sucking off Sukuna right now. I don't want to watch this anymore.
I think the best ratio to consider here with the retention of this video was the fact that he got over 150,000 views, but not many of them probably subscribed to him.
yeah,
I think he still was at like 2.7k subs.
he's
So I'm
8,000
assuming that many
subscribers.
people either didn't agree and at the same time didn't necessarily want or like the commentary enough to want to go back for
Yeah.
more.
I'm not gonna
Only
lie.
we could see how many dislikes a video gets.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If I wasn't watching this video for this video that we're making, talking about your video, I would have clicked off like about 1 or 2 minutes because it was clear you weren't. I was looking for your point, and there wasn't one. Like there is an argument to be made here for this trope because it is really interesting. And even though all the examples I can think of off the top of my head are Dragon Ball, I'm sure if I sat down tried to make this video myself, then I would come up with some better points. But like, and even the fights you brought up, they aren't bad examples. Like you were gonna talk about Sasuke versus Danzo later. Like, and I don't really remember much about the narrative context of Jogo versus Sukuna, so I can't speak on that. But like, you could have made a legitimate case here for why like this was, but like, you didn't. Like that's just like. There's reasons why Vegeta going up against the Frieza Force by what is cool, and the reasons why Sasuke versus Danzo. I'm sure you just said the same thing, Sasuke versus Danzo, but like it doesn't tell me why the trope is narratively interesting. Like I did provide reasons in this video alone why the trope is interesting, but like you didn't do that. So whatever, it was a bad video. Do better. Caleb, Noah, any other thoughts?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. All right. Well, all right. That's gonna do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and check out our channel. We do other stuff. We post stuff sometimes. Find something you like, and Yeah. Until next time, end the video. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.